1-800-679-0969. That's 1-800-679-0969. I guarantee your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free today. 1-800-679-0969. That's 1-800-679-0969.
Business news needs trusted sources. It needs Fox Business and 77 WABC. Every weekday morning on the News Hour with Noam Laden.
Yeah, it's the News Hour, Noam Laden.
Fox Business's Dagan McDowell has a live look ahead at Wall Street's day.
Major bounce back in stocks.
Earnings, mergers, and much more. Weekdays at 4:30 p.m., it's Fox Business's Jerry Willis.
The market closing barely positive.
Wrapping the day with Ken Duffy during Michael Savage.
Wall Street, how did the markets wrap up?
More investment into the news that matters to New York. Live, local, on it. 77 WABC. Business news needs trusted sources. It needs Fox Business and 77 WABC. Every weekday morning on the News Hour with Noam Laden.
Yeah, it's the News Hour, Noam Laden.
Fox Business's Dagan McDowell has a live look ahead at Wall Street's day.
Major bounce back in stocks.
Earnings, mergers, and much more. Weekdays at 4:30 p.m., it's Fox Business's Jerry Willis.
The market closing barely positive.
Wrapping the day with Ken Duffy during Michael Savage.
Wall Street, how did the markets wrap up?
More investment into the news that matters to New York. Live, local, on it. 77 WABC.
77 WABC.
The following program does not necessarily reflect the views of WABC Radio.
Hey girl, what's up? I know, it's 1 a.m., so what are we doing? Oh yeah, let's totally go to that place. I love that place. Wait a minute. What is that? No, shut up for a second. There's like
it's
a
the Frankie Russo show. What's going on here?
A bird or something. Oh no. Oh my god. It's getting closer. Oh my god, it's gonna hit me. Ah! It's an angel. Really? Oh my god. It's Frankie Russo. Yep, it's Frankie. I know, I thought he was a janitor at the local boxing gym too.
I guess you're half right. What's up, girl? Oh no! I did it again! I messed up my coordinate system!
Frankie Russo
Welcome
show,
to the boardroom.
And
I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message. All talk and no action politicians have let us down, and America is in deep trouble. But I'm going to change that. First, I'm self-funding my campaign. I'm not taking special interest money, and I've called on other candidates to disavow their super PACs, but none of them have done it, which means they'll be puppets for lobbyists, donors, and special interests. I'll negotiate new trade deals, and those deals, along with my plans to cut taxes for the middle class and businesses, will bring American jobs back right here where they belong. I'll rebuild our military and make it so strong that no one will ever mess with us. We'll stop illegal immigration, and yes, we will build a wall, and Mexico will pay for it. I'm the only candidate running who can't be bought. I'll do what the politicians won't. I'll produce. We will make America great again.
Christmas and Happy New Year!
How you doing out there? How you doing? Welcome to RussoNation.tv, home of America's Team.today. And guess what? This is yours truly, Frankie Russo! Got a great show for you tonight. Great show. Happy New Year, America! Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Now, you know, this is the Donald Trump year. This is the year Donald Trump becomes President of the United States. I got to quote Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump.
Let's make America great again.
She says her father 100% believes in equality of gender. So yes, absolutely, socially, politically, and economically, confidence in women to do any job that a man could do. And my whole life has been proof of that, she claims in her interview with Town and Country magazine. In addition, you know she's the executive vice president of development and acquisitions at the Trump Organization, and cites her own position and success as proof that her father is highly gender neutral in his praise and criticism. She goes on to say, otherwise, she wouldn't be where she is. If Donald Trump didn't feel that women were as competent as men, and she would be regulated to some role subordinate to her brothers, she claims. And she thinks that this is one of his greatest strengths. Donald Trump fully prioritizes merit and accomplishment and skill and ability over background, education, and gender. In addition, Ivanka Trump goes on to say, as a business person, not a politician, she'll leave the politics to the other members of the family, and she claims that they're asking her about, does she disagree with her father? She says, come on. That would be kind of strange if she didn't ever disagree with her dad, she says. And in a political capacity, she claims it's his campaign. And, she doesn't feel it's her role. And her father, she said, it would be, but if she challenged him as a child, that's what children do, she claims, right? And then she goes on to say, it's like her daughter, she challenges her every day. And people ask me, if I would ever disagree with Donald Trump, her father. And as I said earlier, she said, it would be strange if she did it. Okay? So, just look at the daughter. This is a man of character. This is a man of decision. This is a man that wants to make America great again. 800
Welcome to the boardroom.
9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show.
Here we go.
Social media,
Let's make
Twitter
America
and
great
Facebook.
again.
Send me a shout out, a
Listen
message,
up.
or what you're thinking live. Shout it out live. Live internet stream, Facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show. You got to check it out. Frankie Russo Video YouTube channel. Tell your friends. And a new Frankie Russo initiative. Help America's team. Help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. Special shout out for Howard Sherman. Crowdfundbuzz.com. We're getting ready for January 2016. We're going to raise the money to help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. We're going to build a stress reduction biofeedback center. Fundraising goal is $50,000. We're going to rent the rooms. We're going to get the zero-base gravity chair, and we're going to get the handheld biofeedback devices. That's what I'm talking about. 800-848-9222. And the Frankie Russo Prep Show, it was crazy. We went into some crazy stuff. Before I kick to some calls over here, there's this article it's on the New York Post op-ed page. The 53 Americans held hostage in Iran for 44 days back when Jimmy Carter was president have finally won their unconscionably long battle to be compensated for this crazy ordeal. The huge year-end spending bill, that 1.1 atrocity, the Christmas gift that Ryan gave us, includes restitution of up to $10,000 per day of captivity to the 37 surviving ex-hostages and the others' estates that could work out to $4.4 million each for the ordeals that included torture, lengthy solitary confinement, and mock executions. Wow. And we don't want to do torture over here. In addition, yet even as these ex-hostages win their battle after 35 years, Iran holds other Americans captive today. 4 of them. Journalist Jason Razin, former Marine Amir Hekmati, Pastor Saeed Abedin, and retired FBI agent Robert Levinson have been held captive far longer than the original hostages. And Tehran arrested another, businessman Samak Amasi, after agreeing to the nuke accord. In addition now, according to the Daily Caller, U.S. taxpayers to pay Iran's compensation to hostage crisis victims. Iran ain't paying a dime. A fund over $1 billion has been created for the U.S. Embassy personnel taken hostage by Iran after the 1979 Islamic Revolution. And it's the taxpayers that we're footing the bill over here. The new fund, known as the United States Victims of State Sponsors of Terrorism Fund, was in addition to that 1.1 atrocity and signed by the illegal president, the Muslim from Indonesia, Barack Obama. As much as $4.4 million could go to each of the 52 Americans held by Iran, with another $600,000 going to each spouse and child of the victims. The provision authorizes $1.025 billion from the Department of Treasury to be used to pay for the new fund. In addition, the legislation includes a 25% cap on any attorney's fees, which can lead to as much as $250 million total going to lawyers of various victims. The victims were taken hostage during this Islamic Revolution. They stormed the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. They took the 52 U.S. personnel. Several months after the takeover, former President Carter authorized this fake rescue, which failed. And the victims of the embassy attack have been seeking compensation for their captivity for some time. In addition, now that, this doesn't hit home, right? Iran has only lost one time, and that's the 650 Fifth Avenue case. I say it every other week. They lost the building. The U.S. government seized it, forfeited it. The mullahs took them to the appellate courts till 2014, and they lost the 650 Fifth Avenue building. That's the only time these mullahs lost. They kill Americans. We give them money back, $150 back, and in addition, this other adopted foreign national, John Kerry, gave assurances to the Iranians to sidestep new visa restrictions, accusing, and the Republicans, finally they did something right. They changed the visa restrictions, right? Now, Chairman Ed Ross, I talked about him. Chairman Ed Ross. Chairman Emeritus Ross Lethan. They wrote a letter, right? Remember the letter? They wrote a letter about the Iranian, North Korea, Syria, Non-Proliferation Act. Remember that? And it's supposed to be the president, the Obama administration is supposed to be reporting to the House Foreign Affairs Committee every 6 months. Well, according to the letter, they have a self-imposed deadline of 1 year. And quite frankly, according to the letter, it went de facto three plus years. So, quite frankly, the Iranian sanctions, according to the Iranian, North Korea, Syria Non-Proliferation Act, Iran has been operating de facto over 3 plus years, sanction-free. Thank you, Obama, Clinton administration, because it goes back to the Clinton State Department. Now, this House Foreign Affairs Committee, Ed Ross, he said, in reference to the visa restrictions, instead of bending over backwards to try to pacify the Iranian regime, the White House needs to be holding it accountable for its recent missile tests, its continued support for terrorism, and its wrongful imprisonment of Americans. This is craziness. The continual capitulation of the Obama-Clinton administration to Iran has been going back to the beginning of the Obama administration. Quite frankly, according to Kenneth Tillman, it goes back to the Clinton administration back in 1998, October 21st, 1998, when Clinton signed off on the Omnibus Bill of 1999, according to Kenneth Tillman, and that same day, he waived Section 117, which enabled Americans to get some restitution back for the killing of their loved ones. He blocked it. He first signed for it, and then he blocked it the same day. These are the Clintons. This is what goes on. 800.
I still think we got a good feel.
92-22. I'm going to kick to some calls. I'm going to Chris in New Jersey. What's poppin', Chris?
What's up, Frankie? How you doing? This Trump, Donald Trump never lied about the Muslims celebrating the 9/11 stuff in Jersey City. Right?
Yeah, we know that. That's absolutely 100% right.
And, I was listening last week, and Bloomberg was reporting, the one guy was on there, they do it on Sunday, and the guy was reporting that, are we checking out all the fact-checking on things Trump said about the lies, like the Jersey City celebrations and stuff. So they will report all the stuff, but they will not report the truth.
You're 100% right, my brother. So what are we going to do about it? Are we going to vote for Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
Sounds good to me.
He's saying everything. I told you last week about the stuff with Trump and everything, and on CNN, right? On CNN they had New Jersey Governor Riverhorse was on there, and he was saying that it never happened.
You're fired.
He said it never happened at all. There's an interview on there, and he said it never happened. Now, where was he? Is he living here or what?
Quite frankly, and we talk about this every week. The radicalismists and the radicalismist sympathizers. We really don't have a statistically significant study to actually claim how many of these radicalismists and how many radicalismist sympathizers there are.
Yep.
And the only study that I've seen was the study that was done in Al Ariba. Al Ariba did a study with 220,000 Muslims, and they claim it's 1 in 3 are believe in radical jihad, in that violence is justified. So in America, unfortunately, the mainstream press, the politicians, they really don't want to garner the information, because quite frankly, if we actually did a study of serious science, if it was done the right way, if it was polled the right way, and we had a big enough random sample over here, quite frankly, we probably would be shocked to know how many of these how many of these American Muslims are radical Islamist sympathizers.
You're right.
So I mean, that's a great point that you raised, and whether Donald Trump is right. There was thousands, and there was a CBS thing that came out with Pablo Guzman claiming that thousands were all over the different parts of Jersey.
The thing is, they will criticize him.
You're right,
but they won't come back with any retraction at all that he was right.
Absolutely, my brother. Hey, Chris, Happy New Year to you.
Yes, and the other thing,
I gotta move, my brother. I don't mean to cut.
All right, with this Governor Christie's still in the race, right? The only contest this Governor Riverhorse could win is the race on Coney Island against Joey Chestnut. That's about it. This guy's got to go.
My brother, thank you for the call. God bless you. Happy New Year, man. Great.
You too.
Great talk. Thank you. 800-848-9222 is the Frankie Russo Show. I'm going to kick to George in the Bronx. What's poppin', Georgie? You there, George?
Baby. Frankie, babe.
What's up, my bro?
There ain't nothing wrong with this country that 100 million Americans singing Onward Christian Soldiers couldn't fix.
You're right. And I checked out that U.S. Stark thing that you mentioned last week.
Right.
That was during the Iran-Iraq war, and on June 21st, 2011, agreement was reached between the governments of the United States and Iraq regarding claims of United States citizens against the regime of Saddam Hussein. The Iraqi government established a fund of $400 million to compensate prisoners of war and hostages in the Persian Gulf War. And right. Why are they coming up with a fund to pay, and why is Iran not?
Well, I think we really had our foot on Iraq's throat the last 20 years, but people have to remember it happened in '87. Remember what happened in '86.
My question, but my brother, let's stay on the point for a second, because why is Iran? Why are we constantly? We're looking to our Secretary of State is looking to help Iran get around. Not only has the Clinton Foundation and Obama and the Clinton Foundation, when he attached the Clinton Foundation to the State Department, have been helping Iran to get around sanctions for decades now. That's one. Two, the Kerry State Department, or whatever you want to call it, the changes in the visa laws that the Congress put in. He put it on record that he's going to help Iran get around those restrictions. This compensation that's going to the 52 hostages back in the 80s. It took them 35 years to come up with it. It's coming from the United States taxpayers. We shouldn't be paying for this. This is an absolute disgrace. That the Iranian government should be paying for this. Why? I mean, why do you think this is happening?
Frank, you're talking to one guy who knows the whole deal here. I know the Iranians were behind the barrack bombings of the Marines in October of 83.
That's right. But Hezbollah.
Hezbollah, but it wasn't called Hezbollah at the time. They bombed our embassy that year. They've taken our hostages through the years. I could go on and on.
So, but why do you think? Why do you think?
Well, first, let me just tell the people, we're buying oil from Iran, okay? So, come on. I mean, that alone should make you scratch your head if you're a person.
Where did you read that?
We've been, it's a fact, Frank.
Well, Iran's been off the OPEC. They're going back on the OPEC this coming year. They've been smuggling, according to what I've been reading. You know, obviously, I'm not over in the Middle East, but they've been smuggling with the Turkey, this ISIS, so-called ISIS Turkey Syria connection, and they've been smuggling oil for quite some time, Iran, while they've been economically sanctioned. Now,
I know
they also went into an agreement with Putin. You know what's really crazy too, and you know you raise an interesting point. Putin went into a deal with oil, a $1 billion deal with Iran in 2014, right? And now, according to all records that I've seen, it's all over. I don't have the publication in front of me, but it's published in a pretty impressive publication that, according to all reports, Iran gave their uranium to Russia, right? Now wait. What about Uranium One? The Clinton Foundation, the chairman of this conglomerate gave two point something million to the Clinton Foundation, and Hillary Clinton sat on the U.S. Foreign Investment Committee, and she okayed this transaction with Uranium One and this Russian energy agency, and it's 20% of the U.S. market of uranium market. So what's going on over here?
Right, but you got to look through the years. We've always let Iran off the hook.
But why?
Let's keep in mind a few things. First of all, Iran has always been linked up with Russia and Syria. Those three are three of a kind in the Middle East. Okay, for some reason we never, because you know what, people have short memories. All right, people don't put their foot down. You know, you talk about the hostages. I mean, the people who were killed in the Stark. Well, the last week there was a woman who passed away. I forgot her name, but she was the one who was so vocal. Her brother was kidnapped by the Iranians. This was in the late 80s. She was the most vocal woman. She kept her foot on the Iranians' throat till her brother came home.
Wow.
All right? That's the bottom line. If it's the American people don't put their foot on their throats, they're going to get away with it, because you always have different administrations coming in with different agendas, Frank. But that's the bottom line. And I just want to really bring up something that's more important.
Well, more important than that? Really? Okay. I'd like to hear this.
Yeah, for this week, yes, because this past week we buried an American hero, okay? He's an Air National Guardsman, New York City police detective.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Buried, right?
Absolutely, very bad.
He was murdered in Afghanistan.
Horrific.
Right? And that's 14 years after the first bombing in Afghanistan, when we lost a New York City firefighter who was assigned there with a National Guard division. Folks, this has been going on too long. There are too many broken hearts. There are too many families being destroyed by this. I want to take them terrorists. You know what I want to do, Frank? I want to grab them by their throats, and I want to slam them against the wall.
That's what I'm talking about, my brother. Thank you for the call, man. Happy New Year. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. We're going to kick to a Donald Trump commercial in about a minute at 1:30. You know, you got to help me. You got to help me help America's team, help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. We're going to build this stress reduction biofeedback center. We're going to start small. We're going to rent the rooms. We're going to get the zero-based gravity chair. We're going to get this handheld biofeedback devices, and we're going to make it happen. So you got to help Frankie Russo with this new initiative. You got to go to facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show and check out this and click on the America's Team icon, and let's make this happen. 800-848-9222. We're going to kick now to the Donald Trump commercial, and then we're going to come back and take more calls.
I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message. All talk and no action politicians have let us down, and America is in deep trouble. But I'm going to change that. First, I'm self-funding my campaign. I'm not taking special interest money, and I've called on other candidates to disavow their super PACs, but none of them have done it, which means they'll be puppets for lobbyists, donors, and special interests. I'll negotiate new trade deals, and those deals, along with my plans to cut taxes for the middle class and businesses, will bring American jobs back right here where they belong. I'll rebuild our military and make it so strong that no one will ever mess with us. We'll stop illegal immigration, and yes, we will build a wall, and Mexico will pay for it. I'm the only candidate running who can't be bought. I'll do what the politicians won't. I'll produce. We will make America great again.
800
Here we go.
848-9222. We're pumping the Trump tonight.
Listen up. Donald Trump, all right?
Welcome to the boardroom.
Hey, pump the Trump. Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump.
800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show at 77 WABC. I'm going to kick to Chris in Bensonhurst. What's poppin', Chris?
Hey, what's up, Frankie? First off, I just want to wish you and your family a happy 2016.
Yeah, God bless you. You too, my brother. Thank you. Thank you for the wishes.
Well, listen, what I want to ask you about is, what are they doing about getting you more time, and like, what direction is the show going in general? Just like for 2016. I'm just curious.
That's a great question. I quite frankly, I'm still working on it. I'm still. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from everybody. I want to thank everybody. First of all, I'm on my 97th show, and with the grace of God, I'll hit 100 this month. And you all have been great. It's been a great time here. It's been a blast here at WABC. I started off in 2014, and I appreciate the love. You know, it's about you all. You know, we sit here, we discuss, we talk, we try to be real and honest about the situation. You know, people say Frankie Russo's a whack job. I've been called every name under the sun.
Believe me, I know. When I try to tell some of my friends, hey, look, listen to this show, you'll love it. It's Frankie Russo. And they're like, look at you like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You know what's funny you said that?
Show. Just check it out. Check it out.
You know what's funny you said that, Chris?
It's a hard sell.
You know, it's funny, Chris, you said that. The other day, last week or 2 weeks ago, this lady said, I said to her, she was very, she says, I have an education of a grammar school. I said this last week, and she said to me, who I said, Merry Christmas, it was Merry Christmas or something. I said, Merry Christmas and God bless. She goes, who do you think you are, the Pope? So I went, so I've been called the Pope. I've been called the Zionist. I've been called a neocon. I've been called a Guido, a Guinea, a WAP. I've been called everything, a white boy that doesn't have any idea what's going on. I'm a moron. And meanwhile, all I do is sit here and I go through all the information, all the data. I look for statistical significance, which quite frankly, I think my data is very close. And
you're bringing up things that you don't hear on other shows, even like shows like Michael Savage.
Oh, he's great.
Really,
Savage is awesome. Savage is doing this longer than me. Savage is amazing. I love Savage. But man, thank you so much for the call, man. You made my night.
Oh, pump the Trump.
Pump the Trump, baby. Pump the Trump.
Thanks again, Frankie.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you so much. God bless you. Happy New Year. I was about to say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, yeah. What's wrong with that?
No, but it's we're January. It's just, 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show, I'm telling you. Show number 97. It went so fast. Crazy stuff going on. I ran into these letters. Michelle Bachmann. Everybody says Michelle Bachmann. I love that lady. She was great. She's no longer in the Congress. She's the lady that brought in House Bill H.R. 5194. Muslim Brotherhood is a foreign terrorist organization, And she's no longer in the Congress, and I did a little research. That bill went to subcommittee. I wonder why. And then she also invoked this other bill It was on the Palestinian Authority government being a foreign terrorist organization because the Palestinian Authority government put together a cooperative agreement with Hamas. So this is where we're at right now. You know, we have leaders, quite frankly, just look at the Iran deal. And now with this Muslim Brotherhood thing, because the reason why I was bringing this up, and I'm going to kick to a call. Let me take a call, and we'll see if we get this in. We're going to go, hey, let's go to PLO Tommy. PLO Tommy in the Bronx. We'll see what he's got to say, if he's got anything interesting to say, because we won't stay long.
Hiya, Frankie. But anyway, I'd like to say this. I wonder if Donald Trump can actually make it to the presidency, but I wonder if he's pro the environment. And if he tries to act as kingly, I wonder
kingly?
if
Tom.
Yeah, I wonder if
Tom,
he
do you understand?
I wonder if he wind up getting impeached, and then the newspapers
Tom, what are you
say,
talking about?
The newspapers would say
Impeached?
Trump-cated.
Impeached. We got to get him. He's going to get elected. With the grace of God, he gets elected. He'll break the cycle of all these retreads, the ones you like. Jimmy Carter, Hillary Clinton. You love Bill Clinton. You love all these presidents, right?
Right?
Yes, you do.
How much
Come
is
on,
he for the environment?
I
don't know.
Environment.
Because if they say, well,
environment.
we'll build a 50. Well,
environment. We have 90 million people out of the workforce. We have a recovery. What recovery? There isn't a recovery.
Well,
we have
another
we
story,
have the
Frankie.
Fed.
But is he pro the environment?
Who cares right now? Who cares?
I do. I care.
Who cares? Pro-environment.
Did you see Oklahoma?
What
with
about the American people?
Well, did you see Oklahoma with the earthquake today?
My brother, wait a second. What about the American people?
Yeah, but they don't.
How are we putting all these things in front of the American people?
Frankie?
Next, you're going to tell me the radical Islamists. They have rights too.
I never said any such thing. They're not in the equation of the story.
What do you mean they're not in the equation of the
story? In other words, I'm not discussing.
That's the way you're sounding. You're talking to me about You're talking to me about the environment.
That's all I ask you. Because if he's not pro the environment, we're in trouble.
Pro the environment? Quite frankly,
right.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
With this hydrofracking and everything, it's destroying this country.
Well, you know, that's a matter of opinion. That's a matter of debate, quite frankly. And you want to know something? Right now, I don't think that's the most paramount issue.
It is a paramount
I'm going to agree to disagree with you, Tommy, PLO Tommy. Thank you for the call.
Well, all right, I wish you wouldn't refer to me as
well,
that.
You are.
It's humanity. Why don't you say humanity, Tom? I would rather be addressed
humanity,
as
Tom.
humanity,
As they
Tom.
scream, Allah Akbar, blowing up buildings. You're talking to me about humanity?
No, say Clark Bar.
Whatever it
Allah
is.
Clark Bars.
Let me ask you a question.
They're delicious.
Have you ever heard of the Palestinian Authority government?
I have a different opinion on that than
do you know
do.
Hamas is the
yes,
Palestinian branch
Wait
of
a minute,
Muslim
let me
Brotherhood?
think. Can you listen to me talk and then answer me?
We're both going back and forth, but quite frankly,
the idea would to create a new country in the Mideast, and that would take these people off Israel's back.
You think so?
Absolutely.
You really think so?
Yeah, absolutely. If they stop to analyze it, that's what they should do. But obviously, no one wants my opinion.
Tom,
so
your opinion, quite frankly, I believe is not accurate. Thank you for the
well,
call.
All right, if you feel that way, I can't. At least you let me talk to you.
There you go. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
Because you got to understand.
Right.
800-848-9222. Tommy from the PLO. Tommy from the Bronx is wrong. Okay. I don't agree. I don't think he's right. I disagree with him. Why do I say that? We got 150 going back to Iran. Right? 150 going back. Iran's going OPEC. Iran's going to be producing they're forecasting by the end of this year, they're going to be producing 1 million barrels of oil a day.
Yeah, but that's another story, Frankie.
Tommy, thank you for the call. Let's go to Rick from Yonkers. You know, this is, we got the Islamo Nazis on horseback. So I don't understand what you're talking about over here, kid. What's up, Rick? You there? Frankie Russo, what's going on?
That guy sounds a little crazy. Because he's blaming global warming on ISIS. I hate these people that say that. I mean, global warming, is that causing all these people to kill people and chop people's heads off?
In the name of Allah Akbar.
Ali Akbar.
Right?
ISIS,
That's like
Sounds
Jeb Bush going.
We can leave you a car.
Right, Cocolivio. Jeb Bush going, hey, over here, let them through. Let them over the borders.
Exactly.
The illegal immigrants. It's an act of love.
You know what's funny, Frank? They went on high alert in Germany yesterday. Right?
Unbelievable.
But they have a million Syrians in the country, and all of a sudden they go on high alert.
Let them in. Let them all in. Somalia, the same thing. Somalia. Hear about this? New York ISIS in the Post. New York ISIS in New Year's Eve plot. Upstate jihadists acting under the direction of an overseas ISIS terrorist was busted by the feds.
But his father said he was just a little crazy.
Right? And you're up in Yonkers, right? Isn't Westchester not far from you?
What's that?
I mean, not Westchester, Rochester.
Rochester, yeah, across the Tappan.
Yeah, they shut down all the fireworks and everything.
They did. It made us look bad.
Right? I mean, he's got to protect the people.
Yeah, but you can't be cowered out,
Yeah, but my brother, quite frankly, I mean, I don't know what's going on over here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously, we had 72 Department of Homeland Security employees on a terror watch list. 72.
Really? I didn't hear that one.
Oh, bro, it's been all over the pavement, it's been all over the place.
That's wonderful.
Even Congressman Stephen Lynch, a Democrat, was calling for he called for the head of the Secretary of Homeland Security at the time. Yeah. Could you imagine? 72. The Homeland Security Department is the third biggest cabinet department in the president's cabinet.
You know what, Frank? I think we're becoming a stupid country. You know why? Because Iran shot a rocket. Did you hear that one?
Yeah, Iran. That's what we've been talking about. They got these long-term ballistic.
150 feet of a battleship. I mean, come on, man. What does that tell you?
It's crazy, Rick. And quite frankly, Iran's. Listen, did you hear the stuff that we were talking about earlier with Iran and took them 35 years to get the hostages paid?
Oh, yeah, I know,
and we're paying for it. We're paying for it.
Well, I remember the hostages. And that was horrible.
My brother.
Reagan became president. Bammo, they were freed.
I'm going to kick to Donald Trump in about 1:45. Yeah. I got 3 minutes.
Trump the pump.
We're going to pump the Trump.
Trump the pump. I'm sorry, Frank.
Give him a beer.
I
haven't given you a beer in a long time. It's a Happy New Year beer.
It's a Happy New Year, man. I meant to say Merry Christmas last year. Right?
Absolutely, my brother.
Look, I'm moving soon, and I don't know. I'm getting kind of affected by it because I lived in Yonkers all my life, and it's hard to move,
You gotta keep me in the loop, okay?
I don't know. When I move to Poughkeepsie, I might change. I might become a liberal. I don't know. I'm going to become up there. I might become a zombie, boy.
You better tell me when you get up there. You better call Frankie Russo, okay?
I definitely will, man.
You have a blessed New Year, and I'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, you too, man.
God bless you. 800-848-9222. I'm going to go to Ann in Brighton, and then I'm going to kick to DT. What's going on, Annie?
Hi, Happy New Year, Frankie. All I want to say is Trump has to win because he's giving the American people an offer we can't refuse.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know where that line comes from?
Where does that line come from?
Brando, Godfather.
Right.
So he's got to use that line.
Hey, listen, quite frankly, Donald Trump is the only politician. Right now, he's a politician. He was a businessman. Now he's a politician. He's the only guy that can really, make this whole thing work for us. Because any other way, we have all these different establishment politicians. One's born in Canada. Yeah. The other one is born is got Cuban. His parents are Cuban nationals. The other one is an isolationist. We got a governor from New Jersey. He takes selfies with Obama. Doesn't support Astorino. Astorino supports Hillary Clinton. And then we got these governors from Ohio and all these other. We got Jeb Bush crying about the illegal immigrants, and as they're screaming Allah Akbar. Who's the other one? They're all a bunch of. Yeah, you're right, Bruce. You're right. They're all a bunch of fugazis.
Well, I hope he wins. I really.
So do I.
I hope he does. I think he's great. I think he's doing
absolutely, Annie. Anything else? You from Brighton Beach?
Yes.
Yeah, the ladies in Brighton Beach. Wow. Especially during the summer.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes, I know. I'm right by the water.
Right? It's crazy. It's beautiful over there, too.
Yes.
Very beautiful.
I know. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you, too, Annie. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna. It's 1:45 in the morning, and I'm just like.
You're tired from New Year's
I don't know.
Eve?
I'm just preparing. It's just everything. I'm just, everything's just going. You're making my heart beat, Annie. You know that? I'm just like, you're right. It's like a whole thing. It's a whole. Thank you so much for the call. It's funny. You get a woman on the line, and you just lose your trend of thought. You're stuttering. You're just like, forget it.
Oh, no.
Okay. Thank you, Annie. Let's kick to Donald Trump.
Okay, I will.
God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.
800-848-9222. We're going to hear a Donald Trump commercial, and then I'm going to take the rest of the calls.
I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message. All talk and no action politicians have let us down, and America is in deep trouble. But I'm going to change that. First, I'm self-funding my campaign. I'm not taking special interest money, and I've called on other candidates to disavow their super PACs, but none of them have done it, which means they'll be puppets for lobbyists, donors, and special interests. I'll negotiate new trade deals, and those deals, along with my plans to cut taxes for the middle class and businesses, will bring American jobs back right here where they belong. I'll rebuild our military and make it so strong that no one will ever mess with us. We'll stop illegal immigration, and yes, we will build a wall, and Mexico will pay for it. I'm the only candidate running who can't be bought. I'll do what the politicians won't. I'll produce. We will make America great again.
You used to call me on the cell phone.
That's what I'm talking about, Donald Trump. And as I say every week, he's got a sense of humor, too. Donald Trump, the next president of the United States, baby! Let's go to Felix in Pennsylvania. What's poppin', Felix? You there?
Happy New Year, my brother.
Happy New Year, America!
You know what's going to make it a Happy New Year?
Donald Trump.
There you go, man. Donald Trump, 2016.
So I'm glad you're coming around. You're leaving that Canadian alone?
Well, I still would like to see him as the VP.
So you're going for the Canadian natural-born citizen? What's going on over here?
Donald Trump, is always the number one choice. Hey, you want to know?
Oh, you're going with the isolationist from Kentucky?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, how about the other dude with the Cuban national with the parents from Cuba?
Oh, Marco Polo?
Yeah, he don't know what he is. He's pro-amnesty. He's against amnesty. He's over here. He's down the block. He doesn't vote. I'm on campaign.
Wake up!
Yeah. You know one reason why the Iranians are not paying the hostages?
Yeah, I want to hear. Let me hear.
Okay, this is what I had heard. Because in the negotiation for the release of the hostages, it was put in that Iran would not be liable for any reparations.
They haven't been liable for any reparations going back to the Blind Sheets Mosque with the bombings of the World Trade Center, to Crowbar Towers, to the U.S. embassies in Africa. They're materially supporting all of the terror throughout the world. And they have only got one time they had to pay restitution. It was 650 Fifth Avenue.
What is going on? Why is this happening?
I believe that bombers did 150 to Iran, and he's getting a point back. He's going to get $1.5 billion. I've been saying this every week. It's all about the money.
I know, but and again, I keep saying it every time I talk to you. The Republicans enabled all this.
Yeah, you're right. You do point it out to me, the Corker bill. You're 100% right.
It boggles my mind. I'm hoping that the American people get their act together and start primarying out these incumbent Republicans. All of these senators and congressmen who are no good, who are doing the deed, of the Democrats, because that's what they are. They're doing the Democrats' job.
Hey, my brother, listen to this one.
Go ahead.
New York Post. The House Intelligence Committee will look into a report that the U.S. spied on the Israeli Prime Minister, and in the process swept up communications with Congress.
Yes.
The bomber, and the report specifically, according to Breitbart News, in addition, specifically points to the Obama administration. They're claiming all of the people that are reporting on this are claiming that is a Godzilla problem for Obama.
Hopefully.
Godzilla. And Hillary Clinton, too. What do you think?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know. It's just mind-boggling.
Who are these people? Whose side are they on?
I don't, that's what I don't understand. Whatever happened to American exceptionalism?
I'm telling you, my brother.
And you know something else? All these liberals who you know, and I don't want to hate people, but all these liberals who want to embrace, you know, these Muslims and Islam, do they not realize that if Islam got its Sharia law into place, that they'd be the first ones to be targeted? They'd be killing the gays.
Right. And how about the way they treat women?
Exactly right.
Oh, my God.
Oh, well, how about that teacher, right, who had the class doing a calligraphy thing of writing down the Islamic prayer of conversion?
Who does stuff like this?
Was encouraging the girls.
Where was that?
This was in Virginia. The name of the school was Richmond. It was Riverhead High School, somewhere in Virginia. And the teacher also encouraged the female students to put on scarves to try out modest dressing.
Unbelievable. It's crazy stuff. So let me ask you, do you think this issue, like, this whole thing is like, it's one big Godzilla, right?
It sure is.
I'm telling you.
Exactly. It's a Trojan horse.
It's an absolute Trojan horse.
And you know, and the thing of it is that, you know.
Yo, I'm sitting back right now, talking to you right now.
I'm sorry, what's that, Frankie?
I'm sitting back. I'm hanging out.
You know, and the thing of it is what gets me is that we've allowed this liberal mindset.
Who do we got? Absolutely, my brother. Thank you for the call, Felix.
Frankie, Happy New Year, my bro.
Absolutely. God bless you. I'm under 10. Thank you. Okay, 800-848-9222. I'm under 10. Let's go to Vito in the Bronx. I'd love to get some more ladies on the air. That guy Joyce, I got what is she, the third eye lady? She's waiting to get on. I don't know. What's up, Vito?
Hey, Frank, you got more women than Elvis there. How many women you got?
Thank you. There? Wow, Elvis had some hot chicks, huh? Wow.
That's the way to go, man. That's the way to go. Listen, Frank, these callers, these guys.
Did you call me earlier?
No, listen, this is.
You got to do a better imitation than that. Give me a different imitation. I'm going to go to somebody else. Come on.
I'm just saying, these callers, do you pay these guys to call in?
I don't know who these people are.
That guy Tom from the Bronx, he used to call Bob Grant. You know the country he wants to name the country? He wants to not call it Palestina. He wants to call it Palestinian. That's the country he's referring to.
Yeah, Tommy from the Bronx. Tommy, PLO Tommy. He loves the PLO. I don't know why. They're freaking terrorists. The dude's probably Jewish, too.
Man.
I don't understand it. You know, I got my American Jewish brothers. I love them. They vote for Obama. I talk to Israelis. Forget about it. They tell me that the American Jewish people don't get it. They don't understand.
Well, it's political power too. When you get
this is crazy. Power,
you'll understand. Fine.
You do want to know something? Let me tell you. You know how bad it is. You know how bad it is. Let me just get to this one quick.
Go ahead.
I was doing some search. The boom, ba boom. I ran into a paper. Iran isn't Nazi Germany. The paper. Written by a city professor, right? I'm reading this thing. Who's this whack job? Who's this whack job, right? Guess what he says? He says one potential answer to this question is Iran doesn't want to extinguish all of the Jews. I said, excuse me? So in other words, Iran doesn't want to kill all of the Jews. They only want to kill some of the Jews. Really? You're a professor, a city university professor? So in other words, well, he went on to say that they just want to kill the Jews in Israel. They don't want to kill the Jews in Iran. This is a city university professor. What is going on over here?
Yeah, but you know, you can't break down all the Looney Tunes. You know, we meet Looney Tunes all the time. You know, in my baseball club, we don't let no Looney Tunes in.
Hey, Vito, thank you for the call, man.
One more thing. Frank should move. I mean, Rich should move to the Catskills and do a show up in the Catskills. That's where he belongs. That's a funny guy. You pay these guys to call.
I don't pay nobody, bro. This is Frankie Russo. They call in. I don't know. Hey, listen, some of them on oxycodone, some of them on meth. I keep trying to tell them when I start, you got to stay off the stuff, you know?
Well, you got more women, more broads calling in than Elvis.
I'm trying. You know, you know what it is? They're blocked. They're blocking them. You know, they're blocking them. You know what I mean by block, you know? Thank you for the call, Vito. Let's kick to Let's kick to the third eye lady. I'll give her a shot. Third eye lady. We got a lady, a third eye lady. Hello, Joyce. You there?
Frank, happy to you and yours and thereafter.
Well, you believe that? You absolutely happy new. You believe that City University professor? Iran is in Nazi Germany. They're the next Islamo-Nazis. They wrote a book, how to kill the Jews and destroy America.
I'm going to tell you something that's really going to scare you. I don't want to scare you, but it scared me, and the guy was almost crying. I went to buy some materials in the West 30s, and you must hear this. You won't believe this. I went to buy it because they're selling third world country materials here. They took out the silks, the cottons, the linens, and I said, what is this? We're going to get sick. Our poors won't be able to breathe even in the summer. So the guy who owned the store was from Bangladesh, and he told me a gruesome story happening right now at Miramar, and I forgot the other place, where they, and I don't even know who they are killing the babies, murdering the husbands, raping the wives, slicing them up, and even selling their organs. Now, if these people are here now, what is going to happen to us?
Exactly.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, figure this out. Come these holidays, Kwanzaa, Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, look how quiet it is. What does that tell you? The ambulances aren't going. It shows you that this is not destined. And who you marry is, who you don't marry, if you have children, you don't, certain things. And a lot of people wish their destiny wasn't so. Okay, that takes a lot of discussion. You don't have much time.
Well, Joyce, thank you for the call, but you want to know something?
I'm not done, but the point being, instead of, we need to get out healers and helpers.
If the Christians and the Jews stood together, we don't have these Democrats anymore. The Christians and the Jews stick together, we don't have these problems anymore.
No, but they're not doing it. Now, listen to me.
Joyce, thank you for the call. I really appreciate it. I'm under 5. I want to get to some other calls. 800-848-9222. I'm going to Lenny in Hicksville. What's popping, Lenny? You there?
Yeah, I'm here, Frankie.
What's up, man?
Hey, Frankie, listen, this is what I got an idea.
Let me hear it.
And Trump is the only one that can implement it.
Absolutely.
National lottery, right? To help with the deficit, to help with the military, and if we throw in NASA too if they want, the space program. But Trump is the only one that can do it, right?
He's the only one that can fix this economic problem we have.
You think about it, all these guys that go and they play the lottery when it gets up to $300 million and everything, wouldn't it be nice if they're putting it $10 to it and $5 are going to the deficit? Or, you start off small. I know it's a big bill, but you know what? When France gave us the Statue of Liberty, I heard once that we couldn't pay for the
Lenny, I think this is a great idea. We got to do something, that's for sure.
We couldn't pay for the base. You know how they paid for it?
How?
The kids put another penny to the milk in the city. And that's how we paid for the base of that. So you would think about it. Wouldn't it be nice if you're playing a lottery and you knowing that the money's going to the deficit or the money's going, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's a great idea, Lenny. Thank you for the call. I got 2 left. Great idea, man. I wish I could. Let's talk about it more next week. I want to kick to one more call. Let's go to Paulie in Queens. We're winding down. Paulie in Queens. You talk about rallies. Let's go, Paulie.
Hey, Frankie, listen, everybody. It's 2016. It's time to clean out the trash. Let's find out where our next meeting's going to be. And I have an idea for Donald Trump. Eminent domain, let's just take the whole board and make that a mile long.
I thought you were talking about rallies.
Oh, I want to know about that, but I just want to do a quick thing.
I thought you went to the Donald Trump rallies, man.
All right, no, I want to know where we got to go. You got to next week. Let's start pumping out where we got to go, where we got to be.
Okay, good. That's a good thought. We'll have some next week.
But quickly, I want Donald Trump to do eminent domain. Everything along the border, that 2,000 miles. Let's make that eminent domain. Give every military person an acre of land over there. I want the military people to live on the border and give them the Second Amendment. They have the right to carry a gun. Anybody comes across that border, yo, brother, you ain't getting there.
Sounds great, Paulie.
Military.
Thank you for
2,000 acres. Give it to the military.
Thank you, Paulie. Thank you for the call, man. Let's go to Tom in Yorktown before we get out of here. Let's get Tommy on the air. Could we do that?
Hey, Frankie, how are you?
Quick, go, shoot.
Hey, listen, the war on women with Trump and Hillary, do you think he'll ever use that? When she was Secretary of State, she refused to put Boko Haram as a terrorist.
Well, he's going after Clinton, right? The Bill Clinton and Hillary.
Yeah. Do you think he'll use that? Because remember Boko Haram, they abuse women.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, and she refused to put them on as a terrorist organization when she was Secretary of State. I hope he goes after that.
So do I, Tom. I think it's a great idea. DT's got to go full throttle, and I think he's ready to fight. I want to thank you for the call. This is the Frankie Russo Show. Welcome 2016. Can't keep up with this kid. I'll see you in the future.
Broadcasting from the Nouveau Fat Los Studios. WPLJ HD3, New York. The legendary
77 WABC.
New York. A Cumulus station. News now.
Flooding in the heartland, Tel Aviv shooter. I'm Barton Eckert. Some people have started picking up the pieces in Missouri in the wake of flooding in the St. Louis area. However, things are getting